Join us for a tour of the Mothman Museum, located in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. The story surrounding Mothman took place in late 1966 and 1967. The story of the Mothman was the basis of the movie The Mothman Prophecies, starring Richard Gere, Linney and David Eigenberg. Our tour starts in the gift shop of the Mothman Museum. We publish 3 new videos each week, including cruises, hotels, airport lounges, Disney trips, and more, so be sure to subscribe to be notified about our new videos. As you can see, there is a ton of Mothman merchandise available.
It started out, obviously, 500 feet in the air, but every time it made a circle, obviously, when it came in front of the car, it would come over the road. Now, the last pass it made was probably 75 feet over the car. I had a pretty good shot at it, and I would guess, and it's purely a guess, it was at least 10 feet wingspan. Yeah, I guess it was near to a certain extent. But then when I saw it wasn't going to attack me or anything, when it first started, it kept getting lower. I think it's more curious to me. Yeah. You know, mutual curiosity. Right. After that, it wasn't scared. It was apprehension. I told George Jones, the sheriff, I was hitting his eyes. I didn't take a great decision.
Admission to the museum is $4.99 for those 11 and older and $1.99 for those 10 and under.
Some residents think the Mothman sightings are just a case of imaginations run wild, fueled by mass hysteria. But others believe that its origins can be traced to the abandoned TNT area where the Mothman was first spotted. The TNT area became contaminated from some chemicals and explosives.
The museum has a lot of different exhibits, including newspaper, magazine clippings, videos, movie artifacts, and more, all related in one way or another to the Mothman story.
Then, as the mystery grows, in December of 1966, a local farmer named Ace Henry hears a strange noise coming from his barn.
Well, the Mothman Prophecies book didn't come together until about 10 years after the events. He did do some, there was an article in the Flying Saucer Review, and I think Sag Magazine, where he did talk about it, and he talked about certain elements of it. Apparently, his publisher told him, he said, hey, look, it's time we put together a book on the Mothman. So Keel talks about how he got his tattered briefcase out and went through all his notes and articles and so forth and kind of pieced together a book.
What was happening in Point Pleasant felt extremely personal, and what was interesting to me was the sort of interactive nature of his experience with the phenomenon. The more he studied it and the more he tried to really nail it down and be totally objective, the more the phenomenon seemed to want to bring him on stage, as it were, and make his experience less objective and more subjective. That's exactly what happened.
There are a number of different videos playing throughout the museum, many of which include first-hand accounts of the Mothman story.
Mary Hire, the reporter friend of John Keel, had these dreams, incredible dreams in which she saw Christmas packages in the water. She had this feeling that it was going to be a major disaster that was going to happen any time.
But no one expected the tragedy that followed. Almost 13 months to the day of the first sighting of the creature, disaster struck.
I was planning to go back down to West Virginia in December of that year, and I had repeated phone calls warning me, don't go to West Virginia, because I knew that I would be using the bridge.
Main Street in Point Pleasant led straight onto a suspension bridge called the Silver Bridge.
Whether you have an interest in Mothman or not, it's easy to appreciate the amount of detail and level of effort that has gone into curating all of the items in the museum.
Back in the 1920s, the techniques for the new high-strength steel.
While most of the museum is dedicated to the 1966 and 1967 story, a small section does focus on the 2002 movie, The Mothman Prophecies, that was based on the story.
But unknown to scientists, a dangerously leaky interior. One of the eye-bars of the Silver Bridge had a tiny crack, tiny and went over 20 years earlier.
For the low cost of the admission, there is a considerable amount to see. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to be notified about our new videos.